There we go. Howdy, howdy, folks. Excuse me. A-Train here with you for another episode of SimAirport. We're going to give this a second shot for the day. We won't worry about that. Let's just get, I guess we got an update here on the game. I didn't check it prior to launching, so we'll get that fired up. And now the game's coming up on screen here. Well, welcome everyone back to the channel. Yes, I am still among the living. Just about. Hey, Jason Murphy, welcome aboard. How are you? Sorry, my voice sounds a little ratty. I'm feeling a little ratty as I'm about 30 hours post-operative right now, but back home and comfortable, and wanting to get back to live streaming. So here we be. So as always, welcome to the channel. I hope you'll like the show, give us a like, share with your friends, let them know about the channel. We have hundreds of hours of videos available to you, and if YouTube hits you up with ads, don't blame me. I don't get a penny of revenue from them. So, we have hundreds of hours of videos to entertain you on a number of games, a few different genres. And then you can follow us on Twitch at _train_games, on Discord at a-train_games, and support us at paypal.me/atraingames, or on Patreon at a_train. So welcome aboard. And I don't think this is going to be another 6-hour marathon. This may go an hour if I can survive that. I feel pretty good. It's just my voice is ratty. I was intubated for the 2 procedures they did this week. I had kidney stones removed from my left kidney, in case I hadn't mentioned that. Literally dozens of them, possibly 100 or more. I have a sample of them. The doc was good enough to put some in a test tube for me. And so, yeah, I've got some of my rock collection. Hey, David, how are you? You're surprised to see me play an SA again. Yeah, well, I kind of, it's like we started this project here, and I don't want people to, wait forever. I don't feel up to the loading of Escape from Tarkov, that is emotionally and mentally. So I'm just going with, hell, I could just do Life is Feudal Forest Village. For that matter, it's nice and easy on the system and all that. But we are here, and so let's continue our airport and see what's happening. Yeah. So yeah, Jason. Yeah, typically, kidney stones are a very painful thing. I passed one back in about 2001. And that was excruciating. This is the one thing men can say to women. Hey, Ronald Garcia, welcome aboard. Women talk about labor pains and men have no concept until you have a kidney stone. Then women can't say that to you anymore. Once you've had and passed a kidney stone, and sometimes they go easy. If they're like a little like BB type, they're nice and round, you'll have some discomfort. And be like, what's this weird sensation? And all of a sudden you're peeing and crank, something tinks into the toilet and there's a stone in the bottom of there all of a sudden. Don't flush it. You should always retrieve it somehow, some way. That way you can get it into a lab for analysis. Because if you have more, you want to find out why and you want to get rid of them. But I had a sliver. If you have a sliver, those are the ones that jab and poke and are very painful on their way out. And it literally put me on the floor. Now, this regimen I just went through, I've had these for years. They started building up in my kidney, and they weren't passing. So I wasn't having pain until a few months ago. I started having discomfort as I was feeling pressure and stuff, and they were causing some issues with my body. So they went in Monday through my back. I cut about a 1-inch incision, and I have a unique physiology. Typically, your normal human being has 2 kidneys. They hang vertically, right? Okay. Kidneys have ureters, which are tubes that connect them to the bladder. So the kidneys process the fluid from your blood, and then it drains into the bladder. The bladder starts to fill up. Your body says, oh, I got to go pee. And then it runs down through the urethra and out, and you go to the bathroom. My kidneys are joined at the bottom, so they angle forward inward, and then there's a piece of tissue that joins the two, which creates a unique situation called a horseshoe kidney. And that's a little more of a challenge because the ureters drop down and then they loop up over that piece of tissue, which makes draining them a little more difficult. And it also creates situations for causing stones. So, needless to say, to get them out, they had to go make about a 1-inch incision in my back, go through the skin, the muscle, the fat, into the top of the kidney, and put a tube in. And then they went in with like a scope and started fishing stuff out, breaking stuff down. I had what was called a Staghorn Calcification, which is where you have basically it's a large stone, and it starts kind of growing back into the different little spaces. If you kind of like think of your hand, right? So there's the open area of your hand, your palm or the back of your hand, and there's these little fingers that run up, and so the stone forms in the main area, and then it starts growing back up into those little feeder areas into the hand. And so that becomes what's called a Staghorn calcification. So, and then there was a bunch more little stones up beyond that. So it was a bad situation. So the docs went in Monday. They got almost all of it out. I had CT scan Tuesday, showed that there were still a couple of little ones left. So they put me back under yesterday, went back in, cleaned out the rest, discovered that I have some that are embedded in the tissue, but there's nothing they can do about it. And they just left them be. So then they pulled their tubes out, and I tell you, the worst part of the whole deal was having a catheter up my Yahoo. That was painful. You had to pee. It's excruciatingly uncomfortable. It's not like you just relax and do your business. It's like, oh, am I going to piss everywhere? Am I Anyway, it was really weird. It was great yesterday. Once all that was out, I was back in the hospital bed. Was able to relax, sleep. So now they don't sew up the incision on your back, okay? Because what happens is the kidney will leak out that opening. And so they would basically have to suture the inside out. But if something doesn't suture properly and seal with the kidney, it will leak within the body, and you don't want urine just leaking into the body. So they basically just put a bandage over you, and your body just leaks for several days, and the wound heals from the inside out. So the kidney will close up because the body wants to close up. Everything wants to be nice and tight in the body. So the first few days, the kidney will close up. Then the fat will, do what it does to stitch itself up. The muscle will heal and suture itself together, and then the skin will suture itself. So it heals from the inside out. So I have to wear a bandage on my back and change it a few times a day as it catches the urine and blood that leak out through it. Otherwise, everything's going back the right direction. And it's good because I'm sitting here in my chair, and I can sit vertically, which should aid in everything draining down the way it should and minimize that leakage. So, everybody heard enough about kidney stone surgery? So I've been home not quite 24 hours. The last surgery, I was out of surgery and back in recovery about 10 a.m. yesterday morning. So, wanted to be a trooper. Hang in here. Now, my voice sounds ratty because they had me intubated. When you're under full anesthesia, they will put you on a ventilator, which you probably heard a lot about ventilators with the whole China virus COVID-19 deal. And the deal is it's a supplemental thing because, if your body decides to stop breathing, then the ventilator will do the work for you. Okay, does that make sense? And so you don't want that to happen. And so I was on a ventilator, and that goes, it's a tube that goes in through your mouth and down through your windpipe, through your voice box, and into your lungs. So they have a machine that breathes for you effectively or helps supplement your breathing. Okay. And so that's why my voice is a little ratty. And they said that's to be expected. They did a really good job though. We'll just see how long I can hold up and do this. So, all right, let's get back to where we were here. We have our fuel system up and running. We have our baggage system up and running. We have our 2 gates fully up and running. We're going to punch it here. We had some comments uh, on the streams about where I was in relation to how other players play. You know what, guys? I've been taking my time with this airport. I want to make sure that, I walk you through my thought processing, through my planning. I'm not rushing it, not trying to go bazillions of dollars into the hole. I'm trying to, demonstrate and educate uh, the right way to do things. And you can play however you want to play. I'm not saying you're right, I'm wrong, or I'm whatever. Um, but it's just been a slow process. Plus, I accidentally played the game like 21 days ahead the other night because I forgot I had left it on in the background. So we're just trying to get out of debt here and make sure we've got everything moving. Let's see. I'm not sure where we are on. We still don't have a perfect ops bonus going. So let's check our flight status. Now, I think we may get there because I wound up pushing all the flights back to 90 minutes. All of the aircraft we have, sans one or two, are either 7.3s or A320s. We do have two E195s on the schedule. But we are pushing packs. I mean, look at this. 150, that's full flight. So 140 people, no, that's full flight for a 7.3. 150 is a full flight for an A320. The E195s, 90 people is a full flight, right? But they're loading and unloading more efficiently now. We've got 5 checkpoints through security. Ticketing's moving smooth. You see packs flow through the building is good. The restrooms are good. We're making money. We're selling a lot of fuel. We've made some adjustments to how we run our. Yeah, it is. Once you have, especially if you're doing, what we're doing here, which is, we're showing video. If I'm a bazillion dollars in debt, and regardless, even if I'm not a bazillion dollars in debt, if you just want to run up some cash, make sure your airport is running efficiently. So you get your daily bonuses because that adds up to tens and twenties and hundreds of thousands of dollars. But just let the game run for an hour at full speed or even 2, and you'll run forward several days. Who cares? Nobody needs to fuss with how, where you're at. The key is your airport's doing what you want your airport to do. And I just want to help make sure everybody understands aspects of the game mechanics and how it works. Oh, that's something I'm not liking something I'm seeing here. Let me see here. Let's see if I can cut this. Okay, what I'm seeing here that I'm not liking is the pathing of people coming out of the ticket kiosks, and they're going up and cutting through here to get to here. So to minimize that, let's just try to put in a couple more sections of wall here, and maybe that will help steer them directly to security. Because in theory, if they're coming in through the ticket kiosks, they do not have bags to check, so they don't need to go through the ticketing zone. Yeah, see, that's better. They're already flowing better now, and that's they know them. Watch, see how they're bouncing, and they're going all the way around. Just something that simple will help adjust the AI pathing to make it look more sensible and the way it should be. All right, so let's take one more look here. Everything's on time. Everything's good. All packs have boarded. We have issues with some minor hangups here and there. We've corrected those. So hope everybody's doing well, and hope you're having a great day wherever you are. I'm happy to be home and back with you guys again. So we've already planned out the next expansion to the terminal. The key is going to be this aspect right here. And Alpha 36 ACO. Yeah. I'm looking forward to that too. I read up on it, and when they do it, then we'll look at getting into it. So we're gonna get back to ACEO and some other stuff. And so now let's pause here. We dropped 202 because we just bought gas, but now we're on track. Pardon me, because we have our bonus. Sorry, guys. I have to just kind of work through this a little bit here. Okay. So that looks good. We look at our P&L for yesterday, and you'll see the only reason we went into debt was fuel. I mean, well, we actually made money selling fuel, and that covered our taxes and transportation. You add that together, which transportation, this is stupid to me. We should not have to pay for this. I don't know why they think the city needs the airport. The airport doesn't need the city, right? The city needs the airport. If the city has a public transportation system, the airport, I wouldn't think, is paying for it to run here. The city wants the bus or the train system to run where the people want to go because it helps save money on infrastructure and road wear and tear and traffic. So, whatever. Staff is still the biggest expenditure and always is. Your labor costs are always the highest aspect of a business. But we got our perfect ops bonus, so that's good. All right, so now we do have planning in place for this expansion. All right, we have room for 4 more ticket desks, which won't be necessary. 2 will probably suffice for 1 more gate. And we have room for 3 more security desks here, which should suffice. The question is, do we make this a large gate as opposed to a small gate? And we've discussed this a couple times along the way. So let's revisit it real quick in case you missed the discussion. And because right now we're running a single story terminal aside from the executive offices and the sales crap, which is upstairs. And when you start upgrading to large gates and extra large gates, you have to start running stuff on the second floor mostly. You don't have to, but it makes more sense. In this kind of situation where you have a pier design, which is when you're just running basically a straight pier out, it's logical to run small gates on the first floor and then run large and extra large gates on the second floor. And it really, with the amount of people that flow in and out of an extra large gate, if you're clever about it, and you can look back at my videos from January, February of 2018, you'll see how I run extra large gates with their departure lounge on the 3rd floor. So packs go to the 3rd floor. They have all the shops, restrooms, and amenities they need. They check in the ticketing. They go downstairs to board on the 2nd floor. Arriving packs arrive on the 2nd floor. They go out a hallway, and then they can turn like this. And then they can go back into the terminal on the 2nd floor to connect to a different flight. Or they can go out to baggage claim. So there's ways to do it by stacking things vertically. That makes a lot of sense. Start to work upstairs, and you can tuck remote gates on the 1st floor. I'm not sure if I want to play around with remote gates too much just yet. If we do, I'll probably do them over here off the end or something. I'll figure that out. But remember, I'm just getting back into the game after being off for 2 years of playing it. So I'm just kind of working our way into it here. But my typical mindset here would be if I were adding a new gate and adding large gates, I would do it this way. I would put them down here, and then I'd have all the services for them on the upstairs. But what we can do is to maintain the cost is put a large gate here. Okay, so we get larger airplanes. Okay, we'll look into that. Is we can put the large gate, right? And it has the jetway that serves the 2nd floor. But this is all on the 1st floor. So to save the money of building the entire 2nd floor, hey, Ronald, have a good rest of your day. Enjoy your city skylines, bud. Appreciate you being here. what we'll do is we'll start here, go up a level. Actually, let's do this. Let's take this and plot. This is where the gate would be, okay? And we know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's where the door will be, which means this is where the walls will be, or our little corridor here coming off the gate. Now, we want to have like a 4 square landing, okay? And then we probably need just about that right there. And then let's look at objects. And then stairway down. And this would go here. Actually, it would go here. Kind of like that. Or like that. That would be great. Okay, so we come down one more tile. And there. And so now, if we post this here, we hit the down key, we know that's where we need to be right there on the third one out. So this is basically the landing here at the bottom. So we'll go back to objects, stairs. Okay. And that's where the stairway goes. Okay. And that way, you just have to build that little bit. Warning pest on the first floor. Okay, that's fine. Excuse me. So we can put stairs here, okay? And the idea being for a second floor, we basically are spending that much money on foundation to support a large gate, as opposed to building all this and then building it again. So a $500,000 project, we're spending $20,000. You see what I'm saying? That allows you to put a large gate on a single story terminal and boom. Easy peasy. I guess we could do it as a remote gate, which I think they changed the price of the other day because I noticed it. And it's showing currently less than the cost of what it would be because I have stuff in stock. Okay, so, but we could put the remote gate out here, and then I think I could walk a sidewalk out to it or something. I don't know. But I kind of like the idea of the jetway, and it allows us all also to, in the future, we could upgrade to second story and tie it in, right? But it just gives us some room for a little bit larger airplanes to come in, and we'll probably want to expand beyond the space we have currently. This setup right here will need to change if we decide here to go. Let's just see what kind of offers we're getting on planes. We'll see there's a couple of 737s. E195, no. Juno Connect, no. Well, I mean, we could get the CRJ, but that's too small. Beach 1900, Union Air is being just complete butts. Yeah, they got Dash 8. Starflight, E195s, E195, 76s. So Atlantic International will help hook us up. There's 173. There's a couple of A320s. So we could just about equip out another gate, small gate, with smaller aircraft, which would then we know would not be a total strain on our infrastructure. We can add what we've got planned to facilitate this. Of course, we could put those smaller planes onto a bigger gate. There's nothing to say we can't do that. So that's a thought as well. Jimmy John, hey, freaky fast. Yeah, it's no fun, believe me. When those things hit you, they hit hard and they hurt. But like I said, the stuff I had surgery for this week were long-standing ones. So they had been in my system for years. And It was just a matter of it was time for them to go. So we can set this up like this. And then what we got to do is just back everything up a little bit. And to save space, we'll back up just to here with these gate desks. And then let's clear this space here. Well, actually, let's go ahead and clear all this. All right, so we'll put a gate desk here and here. We'll have our queue lines like that. Okay. And then we can put a couple of benches. Let's see. 4 and 4. Okay. And then we can put more seating. Let's see, there's 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. Okay, that's a little awkward, but it would work. That would face that way. Oops, that would face that way. Huh. Yeah, that actually works. That puts a little spacing in there. And then we got room for signs and plants and stuff here. So nothing's out here in this. You know, we kind of like to have this open pathway of 3 to 4 tiles. Okay, oops, that's not the color I wanted. It's kind of the walkway there. Right, and we'll just need to move these machines right here. And then we can put some more seating down here or another kiosk or something in this space. So, all right. The only problem is that's going to cost a crap ton of money that we currently don't have in the inventory. However, once we build it, we'll be making more money because we do have fuel. We'll be selling more fuel to more airplanes. We will probably have to add another hangar, though, for baggage carts, because this goofy system still hasn't been fixed. Why you have this hangar and it only handles 5 vehicles is a little bit beyond me. All right, so a thought for that would be to add a medium hangar on the end here. And what I would do is put that right here. We'll move this over here. We'll have the baggage carts all staged here. We'll have 5 baggage cars, because that way some of them can unload aircraft while others are picking up loads for the aircraft. That will expedite the turn time. But you have 3, if you have 3 pads, you only need 3 fuel trucks. Okay. So, and because not every aircraft's going to take fuel, but in case you do, that way you've got 1 dedicated to each. So, while we're sitting here, let's look at what we could do. There we go. Look at the underground here. And what we need to do to move this over here. Well, I think, well, we could move it over there, we could move it over here. This puts it too close to the aircraft, in my opinion. So, not that this is good to put it much closer to the runway, but in all reality, I'd like to expand by buying this square up here and then backing that runway up, because I like having 30 tiles, because if you were to bring in a big airplane, it would be clipping over basically everything. So what I think we look at is utilities, baggage depot, ground floor. Yeah, great. Right. That's saying invalid placement. I think the fuel is an issue. So we need to reroute the fuel line again. Not a big deal. We can facilitate that here. So we'll just move that out a little bit further. And get that facilitated. So we're going to do this piece by piece. We've already got the facilities built out here, right? And then it'll be just a matter of building out the stuff over here to add more flights. But we want to make sure the infrastructure is in place to handle everything before we, commit and start making the changes. So okay, so bags are flowing. All right, that's going to get that out of our way. So then during the daytime, we could go ahead and build in a new baggage depot. So pop up to ground level here. Of course, it's raining. I know those guys love to work in the rain. I loved working in the rain when I was in aviation. Not. Now the question is, I don't think it'll matter. Yeah, let's just put that right there. And then they'll build that in. And then we can deal with rerouting stuff. Do a little bit of each of this project at a time. All right, so that's done. Okay, so now what we want to do here is just build some foundation to connect this space across. With 3 tiles. Yeah, we'll do that. And then we'll just add this like here because I like stuff looking neat. When you have lots of knowledge in plans and procedures. Oh, I worked on C-130s for the Air Force back in the early 90s. So done a lot of traveling and in my civilian jobs and when I was in the military. So I have a idea how things go on the ramp and stuff. I have an idea on how things work. Having traveled extensively and being 50 years old, again, I remember the days when you check bags into an airport and they just basically put them on a little roller thing and rolled them through a plastic fingers, and that took the bags through a wall to where the guys grabbed them and they put them on a cart and they went out to the airplane from there. So it was really simple. All right, so now with this setup, we can go ahead and pre-route these conveyors. Now this is going to work out because see, this is an input, this is an output on this hub. So if you're dealing with baggage hub, again, see H2H is hub to hub, which is a two-way connection. This is a consumer, which means it's an input. And this is an output, a producer, which is an output. Now this is your baggage depot. This is a consumer, which means you go from the output on the hub to the input on the depot. And then you go from the output on the depot to an input on the hub. All right? So now these are one-way connections. So to pre-build this, what we're just going to do is we're going to route this to right here. All right. We'll get this built. And then when it comes time to connect it, we've got to tear down 3 tiles and then build 4 tiles or 3 tiles. And then we'll build this out like this. And that way it will expedite this during the downtime of the overnight. Okay, does that make sense? You don't want to have this stuff broken down during the day. All right. Torge Klein, hey, how are you? Welcome aboard. Good to see you. It's been a long time. How you been? All right, and then I'm going to try to squeeze in. You can't really run it adjacent to existing. Maybe you can. Yeah, you can't do that, but you can here. Okay, so we're going to run this to here. All right, so now we're going to have to basically just break this connection, break this connection. We'll delete the depot, make this connection, and boom, the new depot will be in business. And it'll be a minimal impact on our airport. So as soon as the last flight leaves, now this hub we need to assign to, well, we can't assign it to the gates yet. Once the last flight takes off, that'll be this guy. Then we'll be able to do this. And that should be about it. Okay. 100% boarded. He's good to go. All right, so now here's what we're going to do. We're going to take this, we're going to unassign it, and we're going to dismantle it. We're going to take this, assign, okay? Excuse me. And we're going to hit go. Now our guys are going to dismantle. Then we're going to do a little bit more dismantling. We're going to take this piece out here, this piece here, and this piece here we can leave in place. So as soon as these are out, then we can make that connection. We can make that connection. Okay, there's that one. There's that one. And we're good to go. That's all we needed. And see, our new depot's up and running. Now it's moved from here. So now, we don't need utilities, we need objects. We'll take a medium hanger. And we'll plop it down right here. Like that. All right. So we'll get that built. I think we've already got some of the stuff on site for it. Yeah, now they're waiting on deliveries. I had a gate up here. Why aren't they coming up through the gate? That's okay. Okay, pause. So now the large hangar, we're going to sell the 2 fuel trucks and add baggage cars. All right. And then here, add 3 fuel trucks. So now we have vastly expanded. We could probably handle 4 gates with no problem. Because the fuel car, the baggage carts will overlap each other. Yes. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Torge. I appreciate it. I know. I know there's some of y'all out there that just want to see like one game. Hey, I just want to see you do, SimAirport or Airport CEO, A-Train, and I try to vary it up a little bit for my sanity, and then because at some point I like getting new viewers. So, but I'm not playing games I don't enjoy. So if I'm playing it, I enjoy it. I hope you guys do, and then we go from there. All right. So now we got our baggage system. It's running efficiently. Let's check and make sure we got paid. Yes, we did. So we are running good to go with our bonuses. So now it all comes back down to the previous couple of discussions about do we go with a small gate or a large gate. And we have enough smaller aircraft to fill out the schedule for the small gate. Oh, and now keep in mind, if you didn't catch the previous episode, I already have this security stuff on site. I don't know if I've got the ticket desks. I don't think. See, there's bag scanners, ID stands, metal detectors. I've already bought all that. That's already on site for the expansion. We're going to go ahead and buy the ticket desks. And we're going to pause. And what I'm going to do is cancel the projects. So what I've done is I've paid for them. They'll be delivered and they will go into storage. So then during an overnight time, what will happen is, hey, George, that's very kind of you. Very, very kind of you to say. I appreciate that. And historically, I'm not a big FPS guy, but that game has really just kind of captivated me and interested me. And quite frankly, as much as I love the city builders and stuff, there's not 100,000 people watching a city builder video. They're watching first-person shooters, and eventually I would like to get to where maybe I make a few bucks a month off of doing this. I enjoy doing it regardless. Clearly, since I've got 1,000+ hours out there of videos already, and I've had a couple of donors, and that's very kind of them. And I appreciate all the support we get from you guys watching. But YouTube ain't paying me, and they're advertising on my channel. You guys have to watch ads. I don't know how often, and this crap. So it's kind of like, okay, how can I get a little something out of this deal? And that's kind of what I'm working towards. Oh, I see something that it's going to be a change that I make here. Those desks are going to be that way. Let me just math this out real quick. Okay. See, these information boards, right? Information overlay. See, we've got this area well bathed in information. And really, the key is this big guy right here. Now, what I may do is put another one right here facing this way, and then put a second one on its back facing this way. Or, what I'm looking at is if I put those 4 desks in, which I don't think we're going to need 4. I think we're just going to need 2 additional desks, because really, we're not having a backlog at ticketing at the moment. Is I'd want to move one of these up here, and I'm not sure with how I do the queue lines, how that will kind of shake out. So let's just use the planning tool and see what we find out. Let the game run here. We'll just use this line color. All right, so if we do a 3 wide, now the only thing is I kind of like keeping 2 tiles of space here as the escape route. So we're going to use this 3. So there's 3. There's 6, which is kind of what we have. Oh, this will be fine. And we're actually not going to do it that way. We're going to add one more this way. And then what we'll do is we'll put in a first class line here. And then this will be escape route through here and escape route up here. And then we can put one of these big signs and plants along the wall here. Beauty. I like it. All right. Cool beans. We would just have to take out this wall. We're going to have to add in the security stuff so we can actually start dropping that into place now. Even if we don't open it. Although it could get wonky because the pathfinding may say, hey, I want to go to that security deal, but it's not there. So actually, you know what? We will wait. And we'll do that during an overnight because we got it on site. It'll build quickly and it'll get taken care of. What we'll do is throw in a couple more, like 1, 2, 4 check-in ID check stands. I don't know if I've got 4 of those in inventory. Let's see what we've got down here. There's 2 ID check stands. And there's 2 more. All right, we got it. So now, yeah, we could go large and we don't have to upgrade. That's true. We just want to make sure we have our PAX throughput covered. And again, we do have room to build out towards the gate. We could always expand this way. So, I think we will go with the large gate. And we'll go ahead and start our foundation build. Actually, I'm going to do it this way. Okay. Which takes us into the hole, and then we'll lose money after the fuel hit. That's okay. All right. I don't really need this lidocaine patch on my... Take this off. I have a lidocaine patch on my abdomen. Apparently, when they rolled me over, because they have you on your stomach for the procedures I went through, and they were kind of rough with me. It kind of dinged me up at my lower rib cage right at the top of my abdomen. And that was not fun. It was not fun at all. Now let's see if I can go ahead and... Nope, can't assign it yet. Yes, I can. So they gave me these lidocaine patches to put on. So that fixed that up, fortunately. All right, so we'll get the construction all done up today. And then as we go into the overnight, we'll book the flights in. And we'll start operating the gate tomorrow. Then we should really start raking in some bucks. I think we're going to have to double up the bus service. We do have the train service coming in, right? Yeah. So that we may extend the LRTs. And so we have the plan for how to handle all this. And that's the key, is to plan your expansion, because it will be expensive. And if you're playing in career mode, you don't want to go into debt more than 2 days in a row or you lose. Playing sandbox like we are, and we're playing sandbox mode on the extra large map. So we started off with a big space. But, you know, you don't want to get stuck. Now, do we have land expansion? No. Now, gate control. How should you configure gate-related operations? Is that where you assign one gate for each airline or something? So we have all this. Do a longer train. Don't need escalators right now. Okay, here we go. All right. Okay, dismantle that. goes down through there, there, here, here. All that. Now, door requires door to floor 2. Okay, so we'll use the stairs to help guide us because we do have the planning in place, right? Stairway up. There we go. All right. And that'll build the foundation on the upper level. And then we will put foundation there. It could have been one tile closer, but that's okay. And that is how you, on the cheap, set up for large gate. That's the way we do it. And it could be closer, it could be right up against the door, but I like the idea that you come in off the jetway, you got a couple steps and then you need to go down the stairs. So that works. Swell. All right, we're getting into the evening, so we need to get the rest of this fitted out here. So let's do gate, agent desks, here and here. Okay, there's those. If we expand to, actually, you know what? No, we're going to do this now. We're going to make that a first class queue line. So that'll work. I mean, in theory, these could be right against each other because arriving packs are going this way, but that'll work. All right, let's go back to objects. Benches. What up, benches? Okay. And we want to put, oh, you know what we don't have down here? We don't have a coffee shop. Let's throw a coffee shop in here. I'm not a coffee drinker, but hell with it. I'll facilitate people's needs because I'm a nice guy. Coffee kiosk. We'll just put that. Yeah, I think that'll do. And then we'll just keep that. We'll redo that wall, the glass into the wall. So then this is butted up against the wall, providing a little bit of division here. Just like this. And then we can just move these two things. We'll lose that 4 seat. That's okay. take that out. All right. Make sure we get this coffee shop built here before midnight. And we also want to make sure we get our there we go. That way it's going to get stocked. Okay, cool. It's stocked. Okay, it'll be stocked. All right, now the gate desk. Okay. Okay, those are assigned. All right, cool. We've already assigned the baggage depot to it, so that's good to go. So now we'll need staff here. We need to move this garbage bin which is easy enough. Okay. Throw some more benches in over here. And then, excuse me, staff. So we need 2 more staff members. We're there. Okay, let's check the staff overlays. Now, daytime, evening, graves, we may or may not. Early days, I don't think we're going to need anyone. Late evening, we may. We're going to have to see how the schedule works out when we start putting flights on this gate. All right, so now let's go over to retail worker. Daytime, evening, graves, no. Early days, no. Late evening, yes. Okay, so we minimize our staff costs there. Okay. All right, so there's that aspect. Now we look over here and say, okay, almost everyone has processed through security. Now everyone has processed through security. Okay, so now we're going to look at doing this. Dismantle this wall. Okay. Let me actually dismantle this part too. And we can dismantle all this too. Okay. Now, we do a full stop, immediately go to our zones, security, extend the security zone up to cover this area. That way there's no shutdown of the airport. And now we can finish taking out this wall. Because if we had taken out this wall but left this blank, then there'd been a security shutdown and everything would stop. All right, so always leave something providing your security when you're doing this during operating hours. And we're doing this during operating hours. All right, now, there's that. So now we go in. Put in our check stands, make sure our arrows are pointing in the right direction for that. Make sure these are facing the right way. And then we can put in some cue lines. Let's see here, this one over here. No. Let's see how this works. Well, that's not going to work, stupid. Do this way. Like that. Yeah, I mean, this works. Not going to be the most efficient thing. And then we'll do a that way. We'll make that a first class line. And then we will do some info, Gigantor info screen there and there. Garbage bin there and there. And plants. There. Okay. We're going to do a little bit of flooring. We'll do the flooring last. That can take place during the day. All right. That leaves our ticketing expansion. And I think we're going to start with 2 desks. And we need our conveyor down transition, which we can run this way, just like that. That will technically, yes, yeah, it'll work. That'll work perfect, actually. We build that there, which means the conveyor goes like this to here. When we go downstairs, we'll go through here to here, just like that, boom. And so here's an input coming in from the output. This technically shouldn't show two-way, it should show output, but minor technicality. All right, so just like we planned it, that's the way that'll work. Let's see, what's David, an easy trick to get the orders to demolish the vending. Clone tool. Yeah, that's what we were doing. That's what we were doing the other day. The thing is, I'm not moving any vending today. So all I'm doing is repositioning a garbage can and just put the garbage bin here. We're actually put another one here. And then we'll finish this out here in a minute. We've got this all set, so we can actually clear out the planning for here. That's all good to go. All right, we got all that getting in. Flooring will be last. We have everything on site. So now What we need to do is just make sure, so we have security expansion, ticketing expansion, gate expansion, seating expansion. We got some this. We'll probably need to look at building some restrooms, additional restrooms in here. And what we may do is put them along this back wall here. That would make sense. Because we're going to have a lot more people coming to use the restroom. And this would be kind of a central location to do that. So let's plan this out. What I think we're going to have is we'll do a hallway. We can minimize this and just run the hallway and then split off a men's and women's room along the hallway. I think. Or we can just run straight out, door in, boom, boom, boom. And have maybe 4 or 5. Let's look at that. So if we just make this, we won't, you know, it's not the worst idea actually. Take this out, cancel that for a minute. Not blocking that. We can put garbage bin there. Plant there. Let's do that just while I'm thinking about it. And then that there. And then probably a flight info display would go good. Like there. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so we'll make the opening here. Which means we need wall. Door, garbage bin. No, I don't like that. I kind of like the idea of it running along this back wall. In which case, I almost want to take this wall piece out, shift this over one, just so it has there's a gap there. All right, let's do this. Let's clear this back out. Clear that. One, two, three, four. I think that works. This is low priority though. We're going to save that. We want to make sure we get all the other work done first. Then we'll build that, and that'll give us 4 toilets for women and 2 more toilets and 2 more urinals for men down this end. Remember, our arriving packs are going to shoot down this way, so I think they'll be okay. Oh, flight schedule. Okay, let's see what we got. Let's see where our offerings are. 2 7-3s in the morning for WestJet. Welcome aboard, WestJet. I think we'll take you. Okay. Aero time. Nothing we want offhand. We may take this afternoon E195. Pacific, nope. Juno Connect? Ju still no Connect. Union Air, nope. Starlight, Starflight, E195s we may take. Come on, guys. Aerostar, you'll hook us up, won't you? Again, E195s. Blah. Atlantic. I see a morning A320. I see a PM 737. Laramyville? Nope. I might as well hide them. I don't even want them on the screen. Sparkjet. Oh, they got. Okay, here we go. Here's our afternoons. Okay. All right, let's get this stuff booked in here. We're not gonna keep 2 hours on there. We're gonna keep an hour and a half. Nope. Hey. Why? Or what's the problem here? What's the problem? Why is it not letting me shorten the flight? What the hell? Alright, guys, I'm getting frustrated here. What's the damn holdup, Mr. Sobel? We have a bug. It's letting me do it there. Why is it not letting me do it here? First off, I don't want this B1 designation. This is A3. Oh wait, second. Your fuel port. Third. Net connected. Okay, glad I thought of that. Okay. So, I'm not sure what the problem is here. Airline of flight must match the airline of the gate. Am I missing something here? Guys, what am I missing here? Something's not working. What is not working? Okay, something's buggy here. I don't understand. Requires a morning time slot. No, I've confirmed the flight. All I gotta do is drop it in. It should go bing bong. And then um, excuse me, just then I should be able to adjust the length of time on the gate. So I'm not understanding what the problem is. There must be something that's a little bug in here with the new release that they didn't account for. So let's just try this. We're just going to do a quick save. And reload. And load it back in. Okay. Now, let's see where we're at. Something's not working here. I don't understand. You're missing staff. Oh, yeah, that's okay. We'll get staff here in a minute. But we're not being able to schedule the gate. Once I drop it on the schedule, it's not frickin' doing anything. What the hell? Airline of flight must match the airline of the gate. That's making the assumption that I have assigned this gate to a specific airline, which gate control locked. Okay, research gate control to unlock. I have not researched gate control. Okay. Allows you to configure gate-related operations, which I assigns the gates to a specific airline. This is something that was talked about a couple of years ago when they implemented it. And that was, you have ticket desks that are airline specific. Security is generic. But then you have gates that are specific because they're leased by the airlines. So in this case, it's almost like it's engaging that even though I haven't researched it. Well, this sucks. I don't understand what's going on here, guys. It's not working. We broke the game. We broke the game. All right. Good show. It's always good for streaming. Shoot. Hang on a second here, guys. I got to answer. This is my friend, the nurse type that's helping take care of me. Give me just a second. Okay, sorry about that, guys. All right, so let's see what, I don't know what to do here. I don't know what to do. We are stuck like Chuck, though, because we can reschedule these flights. I mean, we can change these. But we're not being allowed to adjust these. It's not it's not accepting them. Is it the fact that I'm trying to, well, no. There's no reason why you can't put a small airplane on a big gate. Airline must. This is aggravating as hell. So I click over here and then it jumps back off. I mean, I guess I can try to jam them in here. And hope the schedule works out. And maybe when we get them in here, they'll. Nope, now I've dropped that in the wrong place. Yeah, these are just not even dropping in there. I click somewhere else, and they all disappear. That's BS. Okay, well, we found a bug, and now I've totally forgotten how to do the stupid bug reporting. So I'm going to have to figure that out. So, guys, that's going to kind of cut short here. We'll get that figured out and press on from there, but I don't know what to tell you. The shiz ain't working. Wonder if it's because I hid that stupid learning error. Wonder if that broke something. And now learning error is back. Nope, that didn't fix it. Yeah, I have to email the bug reports. Okay. Okay. So I have to figure out how to get in and do the save game file and all that crap again. All right, well, guys, I appreciate you tuning in, but that's going to have to be the end of this episode because we're stuck like Chuck. We are on a hard game break right there. So let me just remind you of my Steam library. If you want to see games that you might want to see me play, there's the list on the screen there for you. You can check that out. And that is available on my Discord page. So, if you want to pause the video at this point, you can do so and or come back to it. But obviously, I've got some things that need to queue or whatever. It looks like there may be an update queued for SimAirport that I didn't install. So maybe that'll fix it. Who knows? I think it's media@simairport.com is what it was, I thought, if I'm recalling. But hey, I appreciate you guys being here. I know it's a little shorter episode, but still struggling with the voice and post-op and recovery, and my friend's on the way with dinner, and so I'm gonna maneuver back over to my little more comfortable. Oh, bugs@simairport.com. Okay, cool. I'll have to send in my the game file and go from there. So yeah, you send that with them, and then a screenshot too or something. I don't know. But anyway, all right, guys, appreciate you being here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Join us on Twitter or on Twitch, _train_games. I appreciate your supporting me there. And then follow us on Discord at A-Train Space Games. And your financial support is greatly appreciated. PayPal.me/ATrainGames or at Patreon at A_train if you want to make a donation or join up to help support the channel. Greatly appreciate it, and I appreciate y'all bearing with me as I, push through this post-operative time. But I wanted to get back in touch with y'all and, play some games, have some fun. So 90 minutes, not too bad, I guess, for first day back. So, well, it's an early game, but it's an early game that's been 3 years. It's 3 years early game. This is something that, yeah, no, I'm not. They made an update maybe that they missed something on coding, or I don't know. It could just be a simple thing that there's an update and I need to go download and we'll check it. And I may hop back on and play some more later this evening. So I don't know if I can get it figured out. Anyway, guys, hope y'all have a great day, night, evening, morning, wherever you are on planet Earth or beyond. I'm A-Train. It's over. And I'm out.